Memphis is the home of the blues, rock and roll, and Earle Farrell.
From the Collierville Square to the mighty Mississippi, the Earle Farrell for Memphis show is all about good things that happen across the Bluff City and the people who make Memphis cool.
The Earle Farrell for Memphis show is made possible by our title sponsor, Southern Security Federal Credit Union.
By Dive Shop and Dive Ventures nationwide. Jim Karras Chevrolet with George Gully. For Memphis Magazine, the Live at the Garden concert series, and the Orpheum Theater Group Memphis, and by Mitch Wright Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, family owned and operated for more than 40 years, and brought to you by High-Low Commercial Services. Thank you to all the sponsors for making this possible.
And now, coming to you from Lansky Brothers, Clothier to the King, inside the world-famous Peabody Hotel, with the heart of a cowboy and Memphis in his soul. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your host, Earle Farrell.
And thank you very much, and welcome to Lansky's inside the world-famous Peabody Hotel. And today I've got a very special guest that has a lot to do with the Peabody Hotel. He is the chef, not the chef de jour, but the chef
de cuisine.
De cuisine of Chez Philippe, which is a world-class French restaurant that's American-style food with a French influence.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's got a Memphis influence because Chef Clinton is from Bartlett.
That's right.
And the first chef, executive chef at the Peabody that is from this area.
Correct.
So congratulations on all that. But
thank you.
The real reason we're here today is because you've received a tremendous award. In fact, the highest award ever given to Chez Philippe or any other restaurant in Memphis, the AAA 5-Diamond Award for excellence in everything.
Yeah, it's a pretty high honor. We're happy to receive it. We're proud of it for sure.
Well, and your entire team, and so we wanted to come, and we had dinner last Thursday night, and totally blown away. I had dinner there probably 30-something years ago.
Wow.
I knew this girl was very wealthy. Actually, the guy she was married to was very wealthy, but she said, let me take you to dinner. And she said, where do you want to go? I went, oh, no, we go get a hamburger or something. She goes, no. We're going to go to Chez Philippe.
Nice.
And I knew, because everybody knows about Chez Philippe.
Right.
Even if you've not eaten there.
Yeah.
We're going to give you some reasons to eat there. We're going to show us the food that we had, talk about your philosophy.
Yeah.
Talk about the award, which I do want to give people an idea. I consulted Grok, which is Elon Musk's AI, artificial intelligence, said, how big a deal is the AAA 5-Diamond Award? They said it is a very big deal. There are no other restaurants in Tennessee, Mississippi, Arkansas that have ever received this award. The Chez Philippe had the 4-Diamond Award several years ago.
We've had it for many, many years.
And it continuously, because they continuously come back and review the restaurants, and if they're not still up to par, they deduct.
Right,
correct. They will, and if it's bad enough, they'll take you down altogether.
They can rescind it, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a silent review. They come in, they don't tell who they are. They don't make any comments while they're there.
Correct.
But they judge everything, the ambiance, where the restaurant is, the service, the attention to detail. And one of the things I noticed was I saw our young lady, Riley, our server put something down beside the table, and she said, this is for your bag, man.
Right.
And so they have a platform, a base that they set it on, and I see that they also had something that was kind of like a hat rack that they bring over and set by the table.
Correct.
And how many restaurants, usually women either hanging on a hook at the bar, or some tables have them under the table. This is a much classier thing to do is give them a pedestal to put their handbag on.
We're trying to anticipate
everything,
any need that a guest may have.
And that was kind of the way I felt too. So we came in the door and told the young lady at the front door who we were, and then we had reservations for 6:15. She goes, "You're still a couple of minutes away. Would you like to have a seat here in the front of it?" I said, "Yeah." Which is more and more upscale restaurants do that.
Right.
It's all based on time, and if you get there early, just wait for a couple of minutes, because when it's time to go, they will seat you.
The timing is critical.
let's go back into your history and how you got here, because this is certainly a huge thing, especially somebody as young as you.
Yeah.
Did you cook at home with your mom when you were growing up? Did you?
Absolutely. So I have 3 brothers, so there were 4 boys in the household. And I didn't know it at the time, but the reason that my parents were cooking at home was it was a lot more economical.
Yeah, you can't afford 4
right.
boys.
Yeah. Apparently, there was a lot of groceries going on. But she cooked a lot at home, so after school, I would just be around her in the kitchen, picking up little things, being shown little things. It was fun.
My mom told me, she said, if you like the way I cook, you need to learn how to cook it.
Yeah.
Because she said, not all women want to cook, can cook. So if you like my food, learn to cook my food.
Yeah.
And so I loved it. I loved being, the kitchen was a great place to be because it was around food.
Exactly.
And it was, it smelled good.
Right.
And I enjoyed it. It was a fun. My wife and I cook. She does the good stuff and I do the, whatever I can burn on the grill outside. But, then what was your first job?
So I was a server and a bartender for a catering company. And it was my really first introduction to the industry. And I really liked the industry. What I didn't like about it was the amount of people that you're talking to all the time. So I like talking to people. You know, I'm here talking to you now. So I love talking to people. We love talking to guests, making connections. But when I was a bartender, I felt like it was a little too overwhelming. So I wanted to get into industry adjacent, where I wasn't leaving this industry that I'd found, that I liked. But back in the back of house, those people just seemed cool to me. It kind of reminded me of being home with my mom and 4 brothers. Seemed very familiar. So I just jumped back there and started doing it.
When did you realize that you were more than just a casual person dipping into the food industry, that you really loved it?
I think by the time I'd gotten to Erling Jensen's and I'd started there, I felt like I'm pretty good at this, and I'm better at this than I would be at something else.
Earle Jensen, he's one of the pioneer chefs in this city.
Absolutely.
And he brought the Memphis restaurant scene to a whole new level. Jose also,
right,
who was here at the Peabody.
Yeah, absolutely.
And between the two of them, how many great chefs have come out of their kitchens and have stayed in Memphis? And
so many.
And I know them both very well, and they're immensely proud of people like you.
Right.
Because that reflects on them.
Absolutely.
They were teaching, but you were paying attention.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
And they're not easy to work for. I mean, it's not that they're hard, it's just they're very demanding. Everything has to be right every single time.
Right. I picked up a lot of discipline from Erling. You know, you're saying he's demanding. He wanted things to be correct for the guests. Mm-hmm. He felt complete when something was right, and he was able to pass that along to me and others. And some people absorbed it, some people didn't. I, fortunately, did absorb a lot of his things.
Well, he probably didn't hit you because you're a big guy, but he would berate you.
His energy is far bigger than he is. Absolutely, he's an interesting character.
I've been in his kitchen before, and the dishwasher they didn't show up or something. Doesn't matter. I'll wash the dishes in between expediting and cooking a few things, and which I learned when I was in the business. You fill in wherever there's somebody that didn't show up or can't for whatever reason. So you have to learn to be in every position in the place, like you were a bartender, a server.
Right.
So you know that whole end of it.
Exactly.
And so when they come in and tell you, I need this now, you go, now will happen when I say now is happening. How do you run your kitchen? Is it, do you sit down with each one of the kitchen staff when you interview them and say, this is the kind of thing I expect? Or do you...
I definitely set the expectations very quickly. In the interview process, this is what it's going to be like. I don't want them to come in and it be different from what I've set up. So I am telling them my expectations, letting them know how serious we are as a team, letting them know how serious I am. The entire operation is very serious, and everybody holds everybody accountable. Not just our back of house and the cooks and my sous chef, but the front of house as well. So it feels like one organism truly working together and depending on each other. And if these people feel like they can fit into a system like that, then that's good. This is the place for them. If they feel they need to be more on their own or independent or something like that, then this is not the place for them.
Because, and we mentioned this to all of them the other night when we were here, that it's an award shared by everybody because as they always say, you're only as good as your weakest link.
You're right. You're right.
And if everybody's hitting on all cylinders except one person, and that could kill an award like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So those inspectors come anonymously. You never know when they're coming or how many there's going to be at the table or how many times they're going to come. So it's rumored that that's 2 to 3 times that they come. We used to try to spot them and notice patterns or things like that, but we gave up on that. There's no finding them. They're very good at it.
Well, and the other thing is just be who you are.
Exactly.
And if you're doing the right thing, it doesn't matter when they come in because they're not going to catch you in a bad night.
Right. We talk about all the time how we're creating systems that allow for these things to happen to us, for these awards for us to receive. We're not chasing their actual award. We just want to create a system that allows for us to get that if they come.
And if they come and hold you to their criteria,
right,
then you actually are doing the same thing. That's what they expect, and that's what you expect to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they really look at everything. And I was looking around the room in fact, I got a shot. This is the main dining room at Chez Philippe. And it's just a beautiful room, number one.
It is beautiful.
You come in from the back of the bar here in the lobby of the Peabody, and there's steps up to it, and then there's one level, then there's another level, and a third level. So it really is like you're ascending this incredible experience. And when you get up to the top level and turn around and look back at the whole restaurant, and that's this view,
yeah,
you just go, wow.
We want it to feel like it's kind of unfolding, and then that's kind of sets the precursor for how the meal is going to go to. We want it to naturally unfold, kind of like that opening sequence when you walk in and things just keep getting bigger and bigger, rather than it just being the contrast of we're going full speed all at once.
Yeah. So it's a building thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Pace is very, very important.
And then the people you hire, your servers and the kitchen staff, everybody. They all know, and they all know, of course, if they're in the restaurant business here in Memphis, they know what Chez Philippe is.
Right. I
gotta tell you, I mean, it takes a lot of guts just to walk in and answer an ad for somebody to be working at the Peabody or Chez Philippe. So these people have a good opinion of themselves coming in the door, or they wouldn't even approach it.
Their confidence is already there because they're coming in, so they've already gone through that threshold mentally. If they can accept that, that's just the first step, and that's a good sign that they're in the right spot.
You do have to have an ego to be in the business, would you say?
I think you have to be sure about what you feel and what you do. I mean, I think I've been accused of what you're saying in the past for sure.
Well, so have I.
Yeah, I bet.
In fact, people ask me, "What makes you think you could be on TV?" I said, "They didn't tell me I couldn't." And I thought I could do that. How hard could that be?
Right.
But I think you do have an affinity for something, and it starts coming out. When your first restaurants, did other people tell you you're really good at this? Yeah.
People that I did look up to, people that I knew were in the industry for a long time. They were kind of behind the scenes telling me, there's something there. You've got something. So part of that, what kept me going was trying to live up to that expectation that, other people had of me. But what I found out was that I need to live up to my own expectation too. But it was nice to be validated by other industry leaders like Jimmy Gentry, Erling Jensen, people of that caliber that were already kind of seeing something in me. That definitely helped for sure.
I know when we opened Sleepout Lily's and I saw John Grazzani and Roland Schneider walk in the door, and I went, oh no. Because we just opened about 2 or 3 weeks. They came in, sat at the bar. We had an oyster bar. I sat there and started ordering oysters, and then got a little bit of everything we were doing then.
Yeah.
And I said, what do we do? I said, just get them what they want.
Yeah.
And be prompt and treat them good.
Right.
Same way you do everybody else. And after they ate and had a few drinks, and I said, how was it, guys? And they said, great, you're doing a great job. That was the biggest compliment I could have gotten from anybody.
Right, yeah.
Because, they don't hand them out if they don't mean it.
Right. I mean, kind of like what you're saying. Our president here at the Peabody, Doug Brown, comes in. We want to make everybody feel like him. We want to make everybody feel like they're being taken care of, like somebody very important, because at the core of what hospitality is that we want to be able to take care of people, make sure that they feel important, make sure they feel good just in general.
I think a lot of people are intimidated by really great restaurants,
maybe,
and they think that if they go there that they won't handle themselves properly. They won't know how to pronounce some of the food. But that really, you don't get that feeling at all. Your servers were all very, very considerate and welcoming.
Yeah, they are.
And they would describe exactly what's getting ready to happen next.
Yeah.
And you want another drink, and how is that drink? And we're going to be matching this with wines. And they would explain the wines, but they pronounced all the names of each of the courses. And I'm saying, well, that alone, because this isn't tuna on rye.
Right.
And
we've got a great staff.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back, and we're going to show some of the meal we had there. And then we're also going to take everybody into the kitchen and show Keith's incredible kitchen at Chez Philippe. And then we got another great story about his wife and his son. It looks like he's going to be in the business, and his wife already is, so it's a family tradition. We'll tell you all about that. Right now, here's a word from some of our sponsors.
Hi, this is Dawn Grader, President and CEO of Southern Security Federal Credit Union at our new headquarters here in Collierville, Tennessee, off by Hellier Road. We are the proud presenting sponsor of the Earle Farrell for Memphis show and are looking forward to a great 2026 where some of the shows will be hosted from our new headquarters location here in Collierville.
Hello, Memphis Mid-South. And first, I'd like to thank you for visiting with Earle Farrell Memphis today, and we want to support him just like you do. I'm George Gully, one of the sales managers at Jim Carrey Chevrolet. We've been in business here in Memphis for over 75 years. I've been associated with the company for almost 25, and I'll help you find the right car, truck, or SUV here at not only our Chevy store, but also Buick, GMC, Nissan, Subaru. We can help you find that right car. Keep watching, Earl, and come see me. Thanks so much.
Hi, I'm Mitch Wright.
And I'm his son, Mickey.
And we're the owners of Mitch Wright Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
And proud sponsors of the Earle Farrell for Memphis show.
We're thankful to be part of the Memphis community. We've been in business for 42 years, taking care of people and loving the people of the Mid-South.
Hi, this is Randy Wright from the Dive Shop and Dive Ventures in Memphis. We've been in Memphis over 64 years teaching people to dive, snorkel, and swim. We'd love to have you come join us and have some fun. We're also a part of the Dive Ventures group with 18 locations across the country, stretched from Phoenix to Vienna, Virginia. Please give us a call. We'll be able to take care of you at 999 South Yates in Memphis, or call us at 901-763-DIVE.
Hi, I'm Brett Batterson, President and CEO of the Orpheum Theater Group in downtown Memphis. We are so pleased with our partnership with the Earle Farrell Show and very happy that he is broadcasting live from Lansky's at the historic Peabody Hotel. We're all here to make Memphis better.
He doesn't sweat. He exudes cleanliness. He doesn't wear a hard hat. He wears a halo helmet of hygiene. He doesn't just clean up the mess. He makes it ashamed of itself. He once found a Cheeto from 2003 and gave it a proper burial. His mop water is filtered through the tears of sloppy contractors. He uses Purell the way priests use holy water. His laundry detergent has PTSD. He's banned from construction sites for making everyone else look filthy. His laundry folds itself out of respect. He was voted most likely to disinfect in high school. He showers before, after, and during showers. Even Mr. Clean calls him Sir. He carries wet wipes holstered like pistols. When he sneezes, the room becomes 99.9% pure. He is the cleanest man in the world.
I don't always drink, but when I do, I disinfect the glass first. Stay spotless, my friends.
Matt could work at Chez Philippe. He said that clean.
Yeah, he looks like it.
And will not accept anything less.
Right.
With me is Keith Clinton, Chef Keith Clinton of Chez Philippe, the recent recipient of the AAA 5-Diamond designation, which is an extremely huge honor, and the only restaurant in Mississippi, Arkansas, Tennessee, and that includes the Nashville area, let me quickly say, to have such an award.
Yeah.
We ate there last Thursday night, and I've got some pictures of that we took there in the room, and this is, of course, the main dining room, and it is like going to Europe. There's no place else in Memphis that looks this way. This was one of the courses. We had a 7-course chef's tasting menu, and so there were several different things that Kathy and I both got. What is this one, Keith?
So this is the elk tenderloin. This is maybe the 7th course, right before you have the beef. It gets brushed with a coffee rub, and it gets grilled over Beachaton coals, so just adding a little bit of smoke and a little kiss of smoke to it right before we cut it. It's got radish and pearl onions there, so when you eat it all together, it really makes just one complete bite.
It is delicious. I mean, everything you did that night, it was like the flavor, they're all different, and they're all magical, and it's... you know, I came from Texas, and if there was a lot, that made it good. You know, a bunch of food was better than not very much food.
Right.
As I've gotten older, I've grown to appreciate the flavors and eat less and enjoy flavors more. And all your food is that way. But this, I mean, elk, in fact, in the new series that's out, Madison, one of the scenes in it is they go to this cabin that the featured person in the series, he dies, but this is his trout cabin in Wyoming. So his whole family goes there to find out what it was he loved about the place. And there wasn't anything in the freezer but elk meat. But they said, don't tell the girls. Just let them call it steak and let them eat it.
Wow.
Which they did. They said, can we have some more of that steak? That's incredible. And then finally told them, that's not steak, it's elk. They all went, what? Elk is incredible.
It is. It is a very good cut.
And people that eat it, there's no wild game. There's nothing that would lead you. If you didn't tell them it was not steak, it's probably the closest thing to beef.
It's we source this one from New Zealand.
Really?
They've got a lot of animals out there, but we source it from New Zealand, and I think it may be close to venison. It's very, very dark red meat. It's got a lot less fat on it than actual cow beef.
Yeah.
But I think that people want a little bit of exotic and a little bit of game in this menu rather than it being just completely crazy wild all the time. So it's just one ingredient that we're able to add that makes it just a little bit more distinct.
Yeah. My dad and granddad had a ranch in Texas. We raised exotics. Red stag, black buck antelope.
Right.
The mansion in Dallas would get their black buck antelope from our ranch.
Wow.
They'd bring in a tractor trailer, refrigerated tractor trailer, a helicopter, and some sharpshooters, and they'd take about 15 head back every time.
Wow.
And so there are a lot of places like that out there.
True.
But I love places that say they're not afraid to feed and serve exotic game.
Right.
This one was not as beautiful as a painting.
Yeah.
Absolutely delicious. What is this?
This is the black cod dish. So it's miso marinated for an hour, and then we broil it, just straight broil it, just to get the caramelization on top. And it's served with a caviar beurre blanc, so a beurre blanc with caviar folded in. And this little rim around there is some bachelor buttons, so it just adds some floral to it. But this is my second favorite dish, I think.
Really? Well, it was absolutely... Yeah, what's your first?
My number one is always the tuna dish. The tuna is my favorite.
And this is, I think, is the beef?
Yeah, so this is a beef with a sauce made of shallots and demi-glace, and then morel mushrooms from Pacific Northwest. And then we put some greens on here that are some bitter greens that come from Jackson Road Farms in Mississippi.
I'd already taken a bite out of it.
Yeah, I see.
I said, wait, let me take a picture. Well, gone. Also, there's a glass of wine right next. Each of the courses had a paired wine with it.
Yes.
And all of the wines were, I mean, we were taking pictures of every bottle that came out because you guys are not serving Boone's Farm on this serving. That's all very, very good. And this one.
This is my favorite one.
Yeah, it is. It was just delicious and beautiful too. And ruby red. And then the foam. Tell them about the foam, because our server Riley said, now this is a very infused foam,
right? But
the flavor's in the foam and not in the other stuff that's in there.
Yeah. So this is a aerated Parmesan foam. It looks like somebody already started eating on this one too. And Parmesan can be, like, by itself very salty. We, the way we do this and add air to it and scoop just the aerated part rather than the liquid part at the bottom, just so that it's not overbearing. So it's more of a texture thing, and we're also trying to cut down on the saline that comes from Parmesan just being naturally salty.
I just remember taking my fork and kind of scooping some of the foam up and very carefully and eating it.
Yeah.
And I said, this is the best tasting foam I've ever had. Then here you go.
Yeah, these are, to end the meal, they are mignardises. And then so to the left is the raspberry profiterole. In the center is rhubarb. It's rhubarb season right now, so we're trying to highlight rhubarbs. And then a classic Madeleine on the right. This ends the whole meal, and normally people have had a lot of food by this point. And what the idea is that these kind of get dropped down in a sequence, and they just are. We're trying to give one more bite, one last thing. You can box these up to go if you don't want to eat it in the restaurant. I'm sure most people do that most of the time. These are custom-made ceramics made by From Dirt Studio here in Memphis. We try to incorporate a lot of Memphis ceramic makers into the meal.
And I know if each one had its own particular, like the taco had its own little platform.
Right, exactly.
The rhubarb, which I've not mentioned, had anybody mentioned rhubarb in Memphis to me. When I lived in Canada as a kid, we'd go to these truck gardens, they call them, and pick our own rhubarb.
Wow.
And make a rhubarb pie, which I've never seen. How did you become introduced to all these things? Was it through Earling, or was it just reading?
Erling's approach was really global. He's a Danish chef operating a mostly French restaurant with some American influence, but his approach was more global. So I used most exotic ingredients there first, and then here at the Peabody, we have an incredible amount of freedom from our ownership group and from our executive committee. And there's a whole lot of support that they give us, so we're allowed to use ingredients like this, anything we want at any time. But what we're doing is we're following the season of
what's
the year.
Available, yeah.
Absolutely. So what's available just in general, and then what's available closest to us. So we're going to use Jones Orchard strawberries here as soon as the strawberries come in Millington and things like that. So we're really just following the pattern of Mother Nature.
In fact, your son, in the article I read about him, were you telling how to pick out good strawberries at Jones Orchard?
He's the best at
and he
picking out
says,
a good one.
They must be plump.
Yeah.
You check the bottoms, and if they're green, you don't get them. And if they're moldy, you don't get them.
Right,
but he knew what he was talking about. During the course of the dinner, we went back with Riley, our server, into the kitchen, and here's a little look at Chef's kitchen.
You want the video?
Yes.
Okay. Hello. How are you?
Great.
Good.
Love your kitchen.
Hey, yeah, thanks. Welcome in.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just wanted to say hello. Wanted to invite you to do one course here with us.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Great.
This one is your intermezzo course.
All right, back up a minute. Let me just get a good shot. That's not in
So this one is a mint sorbet with tangerine and pomegranate. Yeah.
Delish. Okay, we want to get the menu too.
Yeah, you'll get a little tiny menu when you leave in your
Okay,
bag.
good. Yeah, we'll have wonderful.
I love what you keep your order down on.
Yeah.
Ducks.
A lot of ducks in this hotel.
Ducks are everywhere.
That's right.
We told Riley, I mean, every one of you ought to feel so proud for everybody was a part of this award.
Right. We do have some pride in that.
You should.
You should.
It's just incredible. How beautiful.
So have you enjoyed yourself so far?
Oh, it's been amazing. Just amazing. The flavors and everything. And the detail on the little flowers and
We were talking about, we go to a lot of places in Memphis where you're seeing people and the energy and, you know, just the dinner and the fun of seeing people. This is a true relaxing dining experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're just...
Well, good. That's the way we intended, so I'm glad it's coming off that way.
Well, and you feel like you're away.
Yeah, good.
That's what it gets you doing the detail work. That is, I mean, that's like surgery.
Yeah, steady hands for sure.
All right.
Look how clean. It's just perfectly, no chaos.
Yeah. Well, and as I mentioned,
That transfers.
I said there's no yelling going on here.
No. Very, very little yelling going on.
Yeah.
All right, it's so delicately put, it's like surgery. I should have said like an artist studio because although you do slice up different proteins, the artwork is definitely there. And,
yeah, it is.
And so it's just a total experience,
Sure.
and that's what you're offering everything. Also, there's another picture of Riley, and then I'm going to go. There she is.
Yeah.
But all of your service, we had a group shot. Here's the group, everybody.
There we go.
And you can see the guys that work behind the line, behind the servers and chef. And but they all speak to everybody. I mean, as you're coming to that, they say, hi, are you enjoying everything? So they're just very, very personal. This is your family.
Yeah.
Your son, Carter, who is 10 now.
Carter is 10 now, yes.
And then your wife is Meredith?
Meredith.
And is she from Memphis as well?
So she's from Haytime, Missouri.
Sure.
So about an hour away, hour and a half.
And she's also a chef?
She is also a chef. She is my biggest supporter and my biggest critic, and I love both of those things about her.
Well, mostly my wife is my critic.
Right.
No, she's also. I'm kidding. She's very supportive of me and very defensive. If anybody says anything bad about me,
right.
Get out of the way because Kathy's coming. But did you meet her working at a restaurant together?
At a catering company. I was helping out Jimmy Gentry for Paradox Catering.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it? And just from the sound of this article that I read about your son, he's getting adventurous. He's not afraid to try new things, which the hardest thing in the world is to get a kid to try something.
Right.
Don't say it's good for you.
He's been eating exotic foods since he was very, very young, so we wanted to make sure he tried everything and wouldn't say no to anything.
And he says he wants to, this is what I thought was most interesting, why they did the article. He would like to be an astronaut chef in outer space.
Yeah.
They're going to have one, and
They'll need one.
Why not he is the first one?
I think that'd be great.
How did that come about? Is he a fan of space and
Absolutely. He's just like most his age. They are looking at space as something fantastical, something they don't quite understand, but seems very cool. Yeah. And I think he looks up to me and he looks up to Meredith, and he recognizes what we do, and I think that he thinks that that's cool right now. So we'll see if that thought holds throughout his teenage years. But for now, he thinks it's cool. So I think he just in his mind combined the two.
Well, that's where imagination comes in.
Right.
What it comes out of your mind might never come out of your mind or your wife's, but it's already coming out of his.
Right.
And he looks very intelligent and very engaged.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the great thing about it. And y'all mentioned in the article you have your own spice garden and fresh things you use in the kitchen that you raise in your own yard.
Right.
Well, you've got a lot of room at the Peabody. You can put it on the roof. But I guess do you just want to be attentive to your garden every day?
That's the goal. We don't always do that, but I don't think we could put it on the roof here with the ducks. The ducks may get to all that.
Well, they get whatever they want.
Right,
I know that.
Exactly.
If somebody had never been to Chez Philippe before, or you meet somebody here that comes in and say, you need to come to my restaurant, this is why. And so many Memphians have heard about it, because we've talked to a bunch of them since we ate there the other night.
Yeah.
And they always say, well, I wanted to go, I was just kind of intimidated. They should not be intimidated. And you're not going to pay, I mean, you're going to spend a couple $100 no matter what good restaurant you go to.
Sure.
But this is a world-class experience, as evidenced by the award you just received.
Right.
they should go. They should take great pride in this being in Memphis and that you've been there, and to be able to tell people what a great restaurant it is.
Exactly. It's commonly repeated to us that it feels like such a great experience rather than just a meal.
Yeah.
And we want it to feel that way. We want it to feel exactly like they're describing it, exactly like you described it. So what we're doing is working, I think, and that's shown by the 5 Diamond Award, and we want to highlight that as bringing Memphis into this national conversation and making sure that like the hospitality in Memphis is highlighted on that scale.
Well, the night we were in there were some people eating there because they saw that you'd received the award. They said, hey, let's go.
Yeah.
And they seemed to thoroughly enjoy themselves, and as everybody else did that night.
Right.
You're open tonight through Sunday?
Through Sunday evening.
And you have a tea. When are the teas?
Yeah, so afternoon tea happens every day that we're open. So Wednesday through Sunday, 12 to 3 o'clock.
And when you they say you eat cookies, they're not really cookies. They're pastries, right?
So it's 3 courses. One is the 5 sandwiches that are more savory, and then there's a kind of a reset with a scone that is a little bit of both savory and sweet, and then 5 pastries at the very end of different flavors, kind of like similar to those mignardises you've seen there.
Yeah, in fact, some of the things we had during our 7-course dinner were things you would also end up possibly on at the teas.
Maybe there's some crossover, especially because of the season with rhubarb and things like that. Yeah.
But teas are great. In New Orleans at Windsor, where we've stayed there, they do an afternoon tea there because of the English influence. But,
yeah.
A lot of people go to your teas, love your teas, and
absolutely.
And they have I guess it's going on now.
Right now, yep.
And then you're also serving tonight. Do you have a couple of specials tonight that you're going to be featuring?
So the idea is to make the entire menu special every day.
Okay.
So we change the menu maybe once every 2 weeks, much to the chagrin of the team in the market that has to reprint our menus all the time. But we're really just following the seasons and what's available to our farmers, because they're not growing huge batches. They're smaller farm operations.
Sure.
So we can only get them for 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month, and that's what goes on the menu. So we're constantly evolving. So you came in last Thursday.
Right.
When you come in again, and in the next month, 2 or 3 things have changed, but most of it will still feel familiar to you.
Well, it's a great experience. Congratulations on the award and the job you're doing and your entire team. Please tell all of them thank you again for our visit, and we're going to stop by and say hi to Riley and Philippe tonight, because you make new friends with these folks that become part of your life.
It's part of it.
All right. Chef, thank you for coming by and spending some time with us. I know you got to get back to work because this is your working time. So thank you for taking some time out for us.
Well, thank you all. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. That is our show for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.